Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I did a video, but today I thought I would do a video on my Flawless Skin Foundation. I will walk you through step by step of how I get flawless skin with makeup. I do not have flawless skin, even if from this far it looks like I do, and I will show you what I'm going to cover up. So stay tuned if you are acne prone and you have acne scars and acne in general and things like that. Alright, so this is how my skin looks close up, and I've only washed my face. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. And as you can see, I do have some current acne that are healing. And I do have large pores and acne scars, and I think this area has always been my challenge of covering it up my cheeks, because I do have some deeper acne scars there. They are pitted, as you can see, so they come across like little holes in your face, and that can be very challenging sometimes to cover up. So that's what I'll be showing you today. I've been through a lot of foundations, so I hope that this video does help some of you who do have these pitted acne scars. So here we go. I always like to make sure my hands are nice and clean. So the first thing I'm going to do after this hand sanitizer dries off is I'm going to start with obviously moisturizing. That's very important. And I've noticed that this product that I've picked up at Sephora, Miracle Skin Transformer, it does have an SPF 20. This is an awesome product, and I use this as my base, and it says hydrate, enhance, and protect. So I think this already gives me some coverage. When I put this on, I do realize that my actually pitted scars do get a little bit filled in, not completely, but it is definitely better than just a simple moisturizer. And because it does hydrate, it does the job of a moisturizer as well. So I just put a little bit, about that much, and I mainly focus on this area and then just get it all over. And then get it down my neck, because we will be putting makeup there as well to blend in the color. And I kind of let that set in for a little bit. The trick about when you're doing so many layers, because in order to cover up pitted scars you do have to do a few layers, so the trick is really to let it set in instead of piling a whole bunch of makeup on your face all at once, because that's just not gonna look that good. So kind of give this a minute to kind of absorb and set in, and then we will move on. Okay, now that we've done that, the next thing I'm going to do is by Too Faced. I'm using this primed and Poreless. It's a smoothing face primer, and I really do like this. I've been using this for a while now, and this really does help in filling in the actual holes, pitted scars that are on my face. So again, we're just going to squeeze an amount, and this comes out kind of brownish like this. And at this, I'm only going to mainly focus on my cheek area and then kind of bring it up, because it is a primer. It is a face primer. So, but I want the majority of this product to go onto my cheeks. And I'm just smoothing this on there. And what this is going to do is it's really going to minimize the size of your pores if you have large pores and scars and things like that. Okay, so we're gonna let that set in there for a minute. And this already, I do see a difference in my pitted scars, but of course they are still noticeable. We haven't used any foundation, so we're gonna move on now to the actual foundation part. The foundation that I'll be using today is by Tarte, and I have a lot of foundation, and I found that this one is truly amazing for acne scars and acne in general. I love it. I love the texture of this. It is more like it's more like a cream based instead of liquid, so I really do like that. But what I've noticed gives me a very nice coverage is when I mix a little bit of my Smashbox BB cream, Camera Ready, and it's mainly this product, just a dot of this to kind of mix it in. This is more liquid based, so the mixture of these two together I think gives a very flawless coverage. And the brush that I'm just absolutely in love with is the brush by Tarte. This brush is like my favorite brush. It covers everything and it gives such a beautiful coverage. It's a really cute bamboo brush. I love Tarte because all their products are bamboo based, and they try to focus on natural things, so I think that's always really cool. But before we do that, obviously we do need to conceal some things, and then the concealer that I've absolutely been in love with, and I think this is such a great concealer, is by Sonia Kashuk, and it's this concealer. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's the one in the tube, so it looks kind of like a lipstick. And let's see, Dawn, so it's number 19, Dawn. I am pretty fair, but I know there's people more fair than me, so this, I don't think this is the lightest color that they have, but this is a perfect one for me. So what I like to do is I dot this under my eyes. I actually kind of just like, it's so creamy and nice textured. What I do here is just kind of a few times, just very gently. You don't want to pull the skin under your eye, but kind of do that, and then go through where my acne spots are, where there's redness and acne. I really do like to conceal that, so I kind of just go around dotting my face, and then I use my finger to kind of dot it. And again, you don't really want to pull, you want to use a dotting motion under your eye. It's very sensitive skin there, of course, so. And it is going to be a little bit wider than your skin, which is good because this will get rid of all your dark circles and all that stuff, because you are going to put foundation over this, so it's going to be perfect. But you do want this part a little bit lighter. So if this, your concealer should always be a little bit lighter than your skin color. And again, just kind of using a dotting motion here. And if you can already see the difference between this, I know that this is not my natural skin color, but based on the circles that I have here and this one just looks so much more awake and just so much better, and all the blackness is gone. So I really think this concealer is really nice. It looks very bright. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So this is close up. If you can see, this is so much more smooth out and bright compared to this side. You could still see my dark circles and everything, and this just really seems smooth it out. Okay, so now we're done with our concealer, and we are now ready to move on to our foundation. So we will be using the Tarte foundation, as I said, with a little bit of mixture of the Smashbox. So what I like to do is I like to put my foundation and mix it on the back of my hand. So I just put a little bit, and it's very creamy. This is I love this foundation, and it doesn't break me out. That's what I love about it the most. So, and then I'm going to use a little bit of my Smashbox, very little. Yeah, so as you could see, there's more of the Tarte one. This is just gonna make it a little bit more creamier, and that's optional. So we're going to use our big Tarte brush, kind of just dab it in there. I like to dab it out, just get a little bit everywhere. And this brush, truly, I mean, you have to try this brush out. You can go to Sephora and see it for yourself, but it's a wonderful brush. It really blends and blurs really nicely. So I kind of like to blow some air in that area because this is where I have the scars, so I want to make sure they're really good and they're filled in. So I like to kind of straighten them out and then blend it. And the trick about a nice coverage is that you don't want to use a whole bunch of foundation all at once. You want to kind of build it up. So, you know, I'm probably going to do another coat just for better coverage, but I have to build it slowly, let this kind of set in, and then do another layer instead of caking a whole bunch on there, because that's when you're most likely going to get that cakey look, and you don't want that. And then around your eyes, because we did through the concealer, we kind of just want to dab, dab, dab. We don't want to wipe. Okay, so I'm going to let that set in a little bit, but as you can already see, it's pretty decent coverage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another layer. And for the dotting purpose, when you're first applying your foundation from here, you are more than welcome to use your finger. Kind of mix the two foundations together. Mix them together and then just kind of dot it on your face. And then you're going to blend it out. And what I also like to do sometimes, depending, this is totally a personal preference, but sometimes what I'll do if I don't want to use my hands for dotting is I will take one of your beauty blenders or just one of these little spongy things and just kind of, you know, dab and kind of get it on there. Just kind of push it in there, because this really does help in covering up those stubborn, you know, big pores and acne scars. I've noticed in order to, you know, get a, you know, because my skin is so acne prone and I have all these acne scars I battle with, it's a few tricks you have to use. So I go between, you know, sometimes using my hands, sometimes using this, and then variety sets of brushes in order to really, because they all cover differently, so it's like each one is going to give you a different kind of coverage, so you just have to play around with it. Okay, so now at this point I'm pretty happy with my coverage, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting this. I'm going to give it a minute to kind of just absorb and, you know, absorb into my skin, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it. And the setting powder that I'm using today is also by Too Faced. It's the one that goes with the primer, and these products are wonderful. I really do like them. I do feel like they make a difference. They really do blur a lot of this acne scarring that I have, more so than other ones that I have, and you do want to set this very well. So more powder, in my opinion, is always better than less. Okay, so now that we've done that, one thing I do like to do is add a little bit of color, because right now I'm just looking really pale. It's all one color. So you can obviously highlight and contour and do all that stuff, but today I'm not going to be doing that because this is just my Flawless foundation routine, but I am going to add a little bit of blush. So the blush that I'll be using today is by Maybelline. It's the Fit Me. At this point, you're pretty much done, and what I like to do is before I leave the house, I like to set all of this with my Urban Decay setting spray. I have the all-nighter one. I did have the one for oil control, and I feel like it actually gave me more oil when I used it than when I didn't, so I did end up returning that. That is it. We didn't use that many products actually, so I will list all the products that I used below, and if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know, and I'll be happy to answer it for you, and the brushes and things like that that I used. But this is it. I've been, you know, trying out a lot of foundation, and my issue has not always been my acne as much. I feel like I can cover that pretty well. It's these scarrings that I've had a lot of issues with, and I feel like this foundation routine that I've got done, I'm very happy with. I don't think I'm going to change it anytime soon because this gives me the most coverage for my scars, so I am very happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some good tips and ideas, and try it out and let me know what you think about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!